Picture this. You finally do the responsible thing. You start saving money. Every month, you move a little bit into your savings account. $100 here, $200 there. You feel good about it. Responsible, disciplined, financially mature. But then one day, you open your banking app and realize something strange. Your savings account has $10,000 sitting there, and it is earning something like 0.5% interest. This means after an entire year of waiting, you have made exactly $50. Meanwhile, you keep hearing everyone talk about investing, stocks, index funds, and the power of compound growth. And suddenly, you start wondering, wait, am I doing this wrong? Because saving money is good, but saving alone rarely builds real wealth. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. They know saving is important, but they have no idea how to transition from saving to investing. Hi everyone, my name is Lam. If you are someone who has money sitting in savings but is not sure how to start investing it, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Let's start with something that might sound controversial. Saving money alone will almost never make you wealthy. Look, saving is important, but it is not the final goal. It is just the first stage. Because here's the thing. Savings protect your money. Investments grow your money. And those are two very different jobs. Let's look at the math for a second. Imagine you save $10,000 in a typical savings account earning 1% interest. After 1 year, you have $10,100. Not bad, right? But now let's compare that with investing. Historically, the stock market, specifically the S&P 500 index, has returned about 10% per year on average over long periods. If that same $10,000 earned 10% annually, after just 1 year, you would have $11,000. Now, that difference might not seem huge at first, but here is what most people do not realize. The real magic is compounding over time. After 20 years, savings at 1% equals about $12,200. Investing at 10% equals about $67,000. Same starting money, completely different outcome. And this is where it gets really interesting. The biggest wealth gap is not usually between people who save and people who spend. It is between people who save and people who invest. But here is the problem. Most people never make that transition. And the reason is not math, it is psychology. Saving feels safe. Investing feels risky. When your money sits in a savings account, you can see it. It does not fluctuate. It does not drop 5% on a random Tuesday afternoon. But investments, they move. Sometimes up, sometimes down. And that emotional volatility scares people away. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Jack, but I do not want to lose my hard-earned savings. Totally fair. And that is exactly why the transition from saving to investing should happen in stages, not all at once. Let's walk through the step-by-step path together. Step 1, build a real emergency fund. Before you invest a single dollar, you should have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in cash. This money stays in savings. It is not for investing, it is not for opportunities. It is for unexpected problems. Job loss, medical emergencies, car repairs. Because here's what most people do not realize. The biggest reason people panic sell investments is because they need the cash too soon. An emergency fund protects your investments for your own life. Step 2, separate saving from investing mentally. This is huge. Think of saving and investing as two different buckets. Bucket 1, safety money. Bucket 2, growth money. Safety money does not move. Growth money is allowed to fluctuate because its job is to grow over time. This mental separation reduces anxiety dramatically. Step 3, start investing small. Look, a lot of beginners think investing requires thousands of dollars. It does not. Many brokerage platforms allow you to start with $50 or $100. The goal is not massive profits at first. The goal is building the habit, because habits matter more than time. Step 4, focus on simple investments first. Here's where beginners often make a mistake. They jump straight into complicated strategies, day trading, options trading, crypto speculation. But the simplest investments often outperform complicated. For example, index funds. These funds track the overall stock market. Instead of trying to pick winning companies, you are investing in hundreds of companies at once. Diversification, lower risk, long-term growth. It is simple and it works. In fact, legendary investor Warren Buffett has repeatedly recommended low-cost index funds for most investors. Now, here is what most people do not realize. The the most powerful investing strategy is actually pretty boring. It is called consistent investing. Let's look at a quick example. Imagine you invest $300 per month into the stock market. If the market averages 8% per year, after 25 years, you would have roughly $285,000. But here is the crazy part. You only contributed $90,000. The rest, almost $195,000, comes from investment growth. That is compounding, working in your favor. But psychology still matters here, because investing feels uncomfortable at first. Markets go down, news headlines get dramatic, people panic. And this is where discipline separates investors from gamblers. Let me give you a quick analogy. Saving money is like storing seeds in a glass jar. You are protecting them, but nothing grows. Investing is like planting those seeds in soil. At first, it looks messy. You do not see results immediately, but over time, things grow, and eventually you have something far bigger than the original seeds. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but what if I start investing and the market crashes? Great question, because market crashes are normal. They have happened dozens of times in history. But here is the key insight. Long-term investors actually benefit from downturns. Because when markets drop, your monthly investments buy more shares at lower prices, which often leads to stronger returns when markets recover. This is why many experienced investors stay calm during market volatility. They are thinking in decades, not days. So let's summarize the step-by-step path. First, build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Second, separate your money into safety money and growth money. Third, start investing small amounts consistently. Fourth, focus on simple long-term investments like index funds. And fifth, stay disciplined and give compounding time to work. Because here is the truth most people eventually learn. Saving money gives you stability, but investing gives you freedom. The earlier you combine both, the more powerful your financial future becomes. If this video helped you understand the path from saving to investing, make sure to hit subscribe. And I am curious about something. Are you currently in the saving stage or have you already started investing? Let me know in the comments. Because the moment you transition from saving to investing, that is when your money really starts working for you.